The following is a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports is brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Now, it's time for Region 11 Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com.
Welcome into another edition of Region 11 Playoff Spring Sports. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Jacob Pitcher out here in Garland, Utah. We're live at Bear River High School for round 2 of the UHSAA 4A lacrosse playoffs. The Bears, the number 3 seed, playing host to the number 19 Jordan Beat Diggers today. That's quite the mouthful, and I think one of the most eccentric mascots I've ever heard of. Jacob, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing great, Stockton. Looking forward to this. Like you said, some more playoff lacrosse we're seeing, and our teams are finally dispersing up there. And the first thing I noticed is some size difference we have going on here today, Stockton.
Yep, Jordan at number 19 beat the number 15 Cedar Reds on their way here. Numerically an upset, not really an upset though. Region 9 down there in South Utah. They just had lacrosse sanctioned this year for the first year of play, so not a whole lot of competition down there. As we conclude your Kent's Market pregame show, named Gold and Silver medalist in Best of Northern Utah for grocery store, donuts, and catering, we are underway here in Garland with a Bear River face-off win, and off to the far side, it's Max Anderson. Anderson goes back behind the net, now to the near side, Tucker Nielsen. Nielsen up the line on the near side, taken in by Cash Avery, and he will slow it down. Cash, one of the leading scorers on this team with 47 points on the season, 26 goals, 21 assists. And really, we'll get into the numbers here in a second as we get our first break in play in just a moment. But it's all offense for Bear River and not a whole lot on the other side of the field. Working around to the near post, looking for a shot, no one there, but drops the pass off for Carson Brown. Brown goes right back down to that near post. Tucker Nielsen is warded away from the crease, and he'll wrap to the other side. Nielsen into the middle, gets free and scores through the legs. 1-0 Bear River, 51 seconds into the game.
Yeah, Tucker Nielsen held on to that ball. Took a little bit of resistance on that near side by the goal from the Beat D's, but then got around and just bounced that off the turf into the back of the net. Gets up by 1 here, and like you were saying, Stockton, not much offense we really have been seeing from Bear River this season, but we are seeing that early here in this one.
Quite a bit of offense, actually, from Bear River. It's not much offense from Jordan, who we're looking at today. They've got Eric Parchment, 42 goals and 11 assists for 53 points. No one has more than 13 goals aside from him. And Bear River's got plenty of scoring from plenty of guys. Getting it started early, again, 51 seconds into this game. Tucker Nielsen makes it 1-0 Bear River, and the Beat Diggers have a face-off win on the near side. On the run, taking a bump, but still moving. That's Sam Wright, number 40. Over a minute played now here at Bear River High. It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Jordan's going to get their offense going for the first time. Up top with the ball, that's number 16, Dash May. May down the line, just outside the box on the near side. Isaac Calm, sophomore attacker, looking to his left. They'll go back up to the point. Titan Shogard with the ball, goes to his left. Taken in by Parchment, now back to Shogard up top. Across the top of the box. Calms, back to Shogard. Cutting down through the middle, takes a bump, but gets around the defender. Good wrap check, though, behind the play, frees that ball up. Still on the ground, still fighting for this top of the box. Jordan can't get a stick to it, and it's taken away by Emmett Christensen, the long stick. Christensen down the far side hash marks into the attacking zone for Bear River. And they're back on the attack with 9:55 to play in the first. Still 1-0 Bears. Bounces one across the top of the box to Ty Hess, and Hess will settle down this attack. Bears get their attackers on the field. Hess from the far side comes to the near side. Pass over to Cash Avery. Avery back to Hess. Now Hess down that far side. Taken in by Nielsen. Nice pass for the trail man, Cash Avery, and he can't score. It's a stick save, and a good one from Victor Reynaud, the Beat Digger goaltender. And Reynaud will take the pass inside the crease. Lob pass to the near side. over a stick and out over the boundary just in front of midfield. It goes back to Bear River.
Yeah, Raynaud there with the big stick saves, like you said, Stockton. Not enough credit. Honestly, that was a great stick save. Would have been right, and that ball was thrown really hard at the net. So great job by him for getting a stick on that, saving that goal.
Wilkinson pass into the middle. Nielsen takes a body, and that ball pops out. Under 9 to play now in the first quarter. Still 1-0 Bear River. This is Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch. Brought to you by Castelite. Whether you're looking for brick for your home, tile for a bathroom remodel, or pavers for a new walkway, think Castelite. Ball pops out once again to the top of the box. Bodies go flying. Ball mandrill run well, and the ball is recovered by Ty Hess. Hess to the far side, down to the goal line, taken in by Nielsen. Nielsen's going to wait in the end zone. Now circles towards the near side behind net. Nielsen under pressure on the hash marks, passes further up the line. Now back to the point. It's Avery. Avery waits. Back down the near side, Nielsen. Nielsen with a one-on-one size advantage right now, but he goes back behind net for Van Tassel. Now to the far side, Wilkinson. Good passing from Bear River, ends up on the near side again, Carson Brown. Brown across the top, Ty Hess. Down low again, that far post, now back behind Nielsen. Nielsen across the crease, 10-yard shot and a goal. Carson Brown puts his name on the score sheet, 7:51 to play in the first, and it's 2-0 Bear River.
Yeah, Carson Brown just finding that opening. We were talking a little bit. What I was thinking there, Stockton, was Bear River trying to find something on that inside, kind of closer to that net. Not really thinking of any long shots there, but Carson had a different idea. Again, that 10-yard shot right lasered in the back of the net. Nobody there to stop it between him and the goalie. So great job by Bear River to make something happen after that long possession.
Bears goal brought to you by Central Milling, the produce high-quality flour for home and commercial kitchens. They are the Ferrari of flour. Central Milling is proud to help bring you this broadcast. And a good time also to take a look at our uniform check, brought to you by Bob's Body Shop, a preferred auto body repair center in Tremont, and they'll take care of all the insurance paperwork for you. Bad pass by Bear River goes out of the back of the end zone for a turnover. The Bears at home wearing their all-whites, head-to-toe, helmets, shirts, and shorts with the red lettering and numbering. Jordan in their maroon visitor jerseys, black letters and numbers, black shorts, white helmets. Bears cause a turnover in the Jordan defensive end. Ball bounces all the way back across the 50 and taken in by Van Tassel. 7:15 to play here in the first quarter. 2-0 Bear River after a couple early goals. The first from Tucker Nielsen, the second from Carson Brown. And Bear River's back on attack with a foot in the attacking zone. Now a nice pass down in front of the crease and a stick save from Raynaud. Pass up the far side. Jordan's going back on the attack across the 50. Just the second time we've been on this side of the field today. Jordan's been hemmed down in the Bear River attacking zone for most of this first quarter, and now we've got a timeout called by the Beat Diggers with 6:49 to play in the first.
Yeah, interesting time for a timeout there for sure, Stockton, finally getting that ball. Hell, offense hasn't seen much day of light here today, so it's been interesting to see what they can have. I bet their coaching staff over there probably saw something they wanted to change up here. But one thing I'm already seeing right away here from this Jordan team is they're really hesitant to go get those loose balls that we're seeing go flying. They're not able to get a stick on it. And on top of that, they're almost, like I said, hesitant to really go in that pile. The physicality, we're seeing that comparison kind of show early. Those loose balls are turnovers. They're able to grab and keep them going, but they just can't get a stick on it and get in their web.
Other scores pouring in from around the 4A bracket. Second round again today across 4A. Most of the games started at 4 p.m. This one got pushed back to 6:30. I think mostly in consideration of how far Jordan needed to travel. But we've got some Region 11 scores. First and foremost, the number 1 Westfield Longhorns went undefeated through Region 11 play, took the number 1 seed in the bracket, and they've opened their playoff run with a 21-0 shutout win over Mountain View. The Longhorns will host the winner of Juan Diego and Canyon View, the 9 and 8 seeds respectively, on Saturday at 1. That game between Juan Diego and Canyon View will start at 7 p.m. at Canyon View. Other scores that we've seen, Snow Canyon appears to have taken down Timpanogos. It was, I believe, 13-4 in favor of Snow Canyon. Haven't seen exactly the final score, but it was something along those lines. One of the biggest upsets in the second round. Number 12 Mountain Crest goes to number 5 Waterford and beats them 11-9. Mountain Crest will head to Snow Canyon on Saturday afternoon. Skyview beat Dixie 17-5. The winner of this game will play Skyview. Now it's up to Bear River whether that game is in Smithfield or in Garland. If Bears win, then the Bobcats will have to come visit them here on Saturday. Green Canyon Payson getting started just about 40 minutes ago. Keeping an eye out for a halftime score update when we get it. And unfortunately for the Ridgeline Riverhawks, their season was ended today by the number 2 Judge Memorial Bulldogs, 14-3. Judge will host the winner of that Green Canyon Payson game Saturday. Back on the attack now, Jordan with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Some high pressure just outside the box on Mason Dayton. Now a flag goes flying. Delayed penalty coming against the Bears. 6:10 to go. Just about halfway through the first quarter of action. It's 2-0 Bear River. On the far side, this is number 3, Eric Parchment. He's the one to watch for this Jordan attack. Parchment down the far side. Pass up to the top of the box, taken in. Gavin Nielsen goes right back to Parchment. Long shot, 15 yards out, is saved cleanly by Tyler Owen with a .720 save percentage on the season. But that flag will now be assessed to Bear River. It looks like the guilty party is number 22, Wyatt Reeder, the senior defensive midi. And the cross-check is the call. With head contact, it's a 1-minute unreleasable penalty.
Yeah, cross-check with head contact, not what Bear River would like to see right now. Still has that 2-goal cushion, but like you said, Stockton, they got a lot of great offense we can see on this Jordan side, so we'll see how they can explode here. A little mini power play.
5:50 to play. It'll be a 1-minute man advantage unreleasable, so Jordan can put as many goals in as they can in 60 seconds. And unfortunately, Reeder's going to stay in the box, but a bad pass across the top of the box rolls all the way back across the 50. Bear River's got a chance at it, and they do come away with it shorthanded. Preston Wilkinson, 2-on-3. Now a 3-on-2 for Bear River, and they score shorthanded. Beautiful pass to Van Tassel in transition off to the right side, and Van Tassel puts it in that top right corner. It's 3-0 Bear River. Shorty goal with 5:27 to play in the first.
Yeah, like you said, Stockton, shorty goal, exactly what Bear River needed to do. A great capitalize on that bad pass we did see there from Jordan and took it all the way down, back and forth, textbook into that back left corner of the net. Again, bad passing there, Stockton, costed that goal for them. Again, they still have a man advantage here, but if they keep messing up that passing, it's useless.
23 seconds off the man advantage. 37 seconds remaining for Jordan, and they haven't even registered a shot. Bear River has scored a goal. On the dot, it's Mason Dayton, the freshman midi for Jordan. Physical win this time for Max Anderson. That ball goes popping up into the air, and he takes it in. Bear River's possession. 5:15 to play in the first. Streaking into the box, making the pass over to Van Tassel. Now back behind the net for Nielsen, and Bear River's going to settle and change out some personnel. Bears to the near side now, taken in by Avery. Avery takes pressure outside the box now. Jordan starting to push that defense out a little bit, feeling the early 3-0 deficit. Ty Hess across the top, over to the far side of the field. One more joining the attack, it's Carson Brown. Bears have been released from that penalty. That's how Brown comes onto the field. 4:40 remaining in the first quarter, and Bear River, it's about as perfect of a kill as you can get.
Yeah, retain possession and get a goal out of it as well.
Great pass. Nielsen in front of the crease. He could not come up with it cleanly. This will be passed in to Raynaud behind goal, and he'll lob one down that far side. Not caught cleanly. Ball on the ground. Bear River's got a stick on it. Still rolling across the 50 and finally scooped up on that far side. Couple moves, but a bad pass is forced from Cohen Williams. Jordan does recover, top of the box. Dash May. Up to the point for Francis, back to May, and May's going to work into the box down the near side. 4 minutes remain in quarter number one. Couple stick checks there. May into the box behind the net now. Circling all the way to that far post. Two big bumps come in. That ball pops loose on the far side of the box. It's scooped up behind the play by Calms. Calms works behind the goal line, now trying to pass into the middle for Parchment. Parchment can't come up with it under pressure from two Bears, and that is taken off the turf by Tyler Owen. Quick pass out of the crease. Wyatt Reeder in transition, and a lot of real estate in front of him down that far side. 3:25 to play in the first. Van Tassel a little over his head. Can't come up with the one-handed catch. Nielsen's there to help, though, and he stabs that away. Tucker Nielsen on the ball. Avery up top. He'll back out all the way to the point. Clock starts to tick once again Wyatt Reeder coming off the field. He'll be replaced by Carson Brown on the attack. 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Region 11 playoff lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by Greer's Hardware. Greer's Do It Best is always looking to improve your shopping experience. See them at the Tremont Center. Pass behind the net. Van Tassel to the near side. Wilkinson back to Van Tassel on the goal line. Across the end zone for Nielsen on the far side. Up top, Avery. Avery on the far side, hash marks. Pass down to the goal line. Great cut. Great stick save by Reynaud. Right on that far post. Probably 4 yards between him and the shooter, and he stands him up. Now Nielsen takes a couple stick checks, passes back behind net. Back to the near side, Van Tassel. Van Tassel under pressure in the end zone. He's going to circle to the far post, takes a screen. Nice pass for Nielsen, but Nielsen can't get the shot off. And he goes back behind net again. His pass intercepted right across the box, and it's rolled into Reynaud in the crease. Great defense from the long sticks of Jordan.
Yeah, and this is where Jordan needs to hit the gas and get down to their offensive end and connect on their passing. They're really trying to split those fine gaps. Bear River not giving them anything easy, but they need to chops fine to split those tight gaps there and try to get one in the back of that net.
The goalie for Jordan is at the opposite 35. He carried that into the attacking zone for Jordan. Now he's going to run all the way down the field. They just have to hold on to the ball for a while. It pops out, though, and it's scooped up by Gunnar Shelton. It's too late, though. Reynaud is back in his crease. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Bears. Pass is dropped all the way back to the back of the end zone. Ends up with Tyler Owen. Owen launches across the 50 and off a bounce. Wilkinson has it. Wilkinson up the near side. Cash Avery. Just inside the box, outside the hash marks on the near side of the field. 60 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Nielsen wrapping around, gets around the screen. Low shot, stick save, ends up behind the net, goes off, I think, of Van Tassel, who knocks it down and scoops it up.
Yeah, I didn't feel good at all, I bet, right there.
45 seconds remaining across the top of the box to the far side for Brown. Brown gets around one, trying to cut back into the middle, nowhere to go. Drops the pass instead for Hess. Hess rips one. Another save by Reynaud, and 35 seconds remain in the first.
Yeah, another stick there by Reynaud there. Probably his third solid save we've seen from him, doing his part back there. But again, just some of them been getting through there. 3-0 still by the Bears.
Brought back in now to the far side. Another shot across the face of goal. Van Tassel closest to it with 27 seconds to play in the first. Van Tassel back onto the field. Clock down to 20 seconds. Nielsen wrapping around, pass into the middle. Hess has it knocked away, and Jordan recovers. 15 seconds on the clock. Great stick check, though, in a dangerous area, and it bounces right to Reynaud. Jordan gets away from a heart stopper there. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Running in towards midfield. A good stick check from behind, rips it free, and time expires as this ball goes across the 50. 3-0 Bears after 12 minutes of action. Your goals, Tucker Nielsen, Carson Brown, and Carson Van Tassel short-handed. And a pretty active first quarter there, Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely, Stockton. And we're seeing Bear River come out with that offense like we were talking about pregame. They've got a lot of speed, and they've got the size comparison here in this one. We're seeing that early. As for Jordan over there, they really can't get those loose balls off the ground, and I honestly think that's been their big piece. If they can retain that possession when they get a good stop on defense, they'll have an opportunity to go down to the offensive end, and that's just not something we're seeing from them so far.
Quick break here on 104.9 The Ranch between quarters. When we come back, it's time for the second quarter of action, and the Bears holding on to that 3-0 lead pretty emphatically. A couple stick checks going on. It looks like they're going to be cleared. You're listening to Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse, brought to you by Mike Knorr Plumbing. When you need someone to fix a leak quickly, call the best of Northern Utah silver medalist Mike Knorr Plumbing, 435-257-0646. Stockton Jukes, Jacob Pitcher here with you from Garland, Utah. We will be right back with a second quarter.
Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me. Yeah. Go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Hanson Motor Company isn't just another dealership. We're your friends and your neighbors.
We grew up here.
At Hanson Motors, you're not just a customer, you're family. We're here for the long haul because we're in this together. Hanson Motors, local, loyal, and proud to serve our community.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the...
We're back in Garland, Utah. Stockton Jukes, Jacob Pitcher with you from Bear River High School for the second round of the UHSAA 4A lacrosse playoffs. The Bears leading at 3-0 over the number 19 seeded Jordan Beat Diggers. And it's been all Bear River so far, Jacob.
It has been all Bear River, Stockton, and that's exactly what we were expecting from them today. That explosive offense on their end, that defense for Jordan, unfortunately not able to get anything going. Coming up with the stops, just unable to retain that possession, and that's honestly been what's been costing them here in this one, as it looks like we're going to have a equipment timeout here.
Yeah, I think one of the laces on the face-off man stick for Jordan has come untied. They're going to have to ask for a substitution now. They can't just sit and wait forever, and they're just going to give the face-off to Bear River. Jordan sends a man on in replacement as Sam Wright's going to have to sit this possession out. Bears going left to right across your radio dial here in the second quarter of action. Region 11 Lacrosse on 104.9. The Ranch brought to you by Frank May Ski-Doo. Find your best life on a Can-Am side-by-side from Frank May Ski-Doo. Online at frankmayskidoo.com. 11:45 to go now, 15 minutes off the clock, and we're back behind the net for the Bears. Crashing the far post over the crossbar. It'll roll out to the near side, and really good speed from Carson Van Tassel. We'll keep it with Bear River. Official pointed the wrong way at first, and Bear River started making a substitution, but they'll get the man back on the field now, 11:30 to play. And around the far side, here comes Wilkinson. Passes across the top of the box. Lincoln White joining the attack as a sophomore midi. Over to the far side, finds Carson Brown popping out of pressure. Further down for Cash Avery, fakes a shot at an awkward angle now, spins along the far hash marks. Nice pass, Van Tassel scores bottom left. Give the assist to Cash Avery, and Van Tassel's got two.
Yeah, Van Tassel, nobody inside of the left-handed shot, bounces it off the turf and finds the back of the net there. I don't think there could have been more open of a shot there for him, Stockton. The defense not crashing enough, giving that open window to Van Tassel, and he gets his second goal of the night.
Back-to-back goals as well for Van Tassel. His shorthanded 3-0 goal with 5:27 to go in the first was our last goal in this game. Now 11:08 to play in the second, and it's 4-0 Bears.
25 goals on the season for him. Catching up there with Ty Hess. We'll see how many more he might be able to get under his belt tonight.
Scooped up by Bear River after a long scrum for the faceoff, and over to the far side, it's Carson Brown. 10:50 to play now in the second quarter. Bear River making their attacking substitutions. Avery coming into the top of the box and taking the pass. He'll sit at the point. Two more Bears joining the attack. 10:35 now showing on the clock as Avery will start his motion off to the right, then swims back to the left side, stays on those far hash marks. Beautiful pass inside. Ty Hess makes it 2 in 39 seconds.
Speaking of Ty Hess, there he is again. That was almost identical to the same route, Ty Hess, as we just saw Van Tassel take on that shot. That left-handed shot right up the middle. Again, that Jordan defense just not crashing enough and leaving too open of a window that this Bear River team is able to get the shots off and find the back of the net.
Yet another big shot there from the Bears. They lead by 5 now. Two quick ones in the first 91 seconds of the second quarter. Bear River Lacrosse on 104.9. The Ranch brought to you by Post Consumer Brand Cereal. Proud to bring you their annual cereal sale to benefit the United Way. Watch for it coming up this fall. Back to the face-off circle. This time it's Max Anderson. And he does get beat by Sam Wright for only the second time tonight from the dot. Jordan having a tough time coming up with the ball, but they do scoop it up. It's a long stick, number 22. He moves off to the far side. 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, circling the back of the net. 6-footer for Jordan still has the ball. Now he will make the pass and sub off. The Beat Diggers will get their attack on. Shogard from the near side fakes his way to the middle, then runs down the near side. Big hits coming from Daxton Bingham. Short stick defensive midi. Tries the wrap check. Finally, the shot comes off from Shogard, but he takes a bump at the last second off the top of the stick, and he pushes it wide.
Yeah, there's Bear River crashing there on the shooter, and then gets that stick in there, misses that shot right, but that's exactly what Bear River needs to do to minimize the scoring we're seeing there.
Heavy pressure on Ryan McDonald on that far side. It's Gunnar Shelton who comes up with a turnover for the Bears down that far wing. 9.5 to play in the second quarter. Bear River back on the attack. 3-on-3 down to the far post. Circling back up the field, Wilkinson's going to slow it down. Wilkinson spins back in towards the goal. Maybe he'll speed it up, and he does. Top left. 6-0 Bears. Preston Wilkinson puts his name on the score sheet. We've got 5 different goal scorers for the Bears tonight.
Yeah, Preston Wilkinson just using that speed to blast through the Bee Diggers defenders and just puts it right in the back of the net. An absolute laser.
Bears up 6-0 now. The latest Bear River goal brought to you by Riverside Corner Sinclair, home to the famous chicken strips, and they've been recognized in the best of northern Utah. Stop by on your way in or out of town. You'll be glad you did. Maybe that's what we'll do tonight, Jacob.
I would be very down for that one, Stockton.
I love a good chicken tender. Face-off won again by Bear River. But it looks like they exited the face-off zone there before taking possession. It's going to go to Jordan. 9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's 6-0 Bear River after a quick 3 to start the second. Bears have doubled their lead in 3 minutes now as we hit the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. From the far side, Carson Brown under heavy pressure. Again, it's Shelton creating another turnover. No, excuse me, that's the short stick of Wyatt Reeder. Reeder in transition down the far side. To the point now in the middle of the box. He'll make the pass to the near side. Avery subbing on. And the Bears have their attackers now as Nielsen joins the play. Great move. Avery frees himself up down the right side. Spins back to the left. Takes a hack. Keeps the ball. Passes this one off to Nielsen. Now Nielsen charging down the far side. Long shot from about 15 yards out. It's a beautiful stick save from Raynaud.
Yeah, Raynaud, I have a feeling. Oh, he's going to...
Runs out of the crease. Yeah. Lob pass. Almost got burnt by that one. Like you were saying, Carson Brown was right on his nose. Avery gets a turnover at midfield. The ball goes over his head. He lost it for a second, but it's recovered by Brown. Carson Brown back into the box with 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. Region 11 playoff lacrosse brought to you by Rudd Funeral Home. The Rudd Funeral Home in Tremont and Garland. Treat your family with care and compassion in your time of need. Online at ruddfuneralhome.com. Shot from the far side. It's another goal. And we've got another multi-goal scorer in Tucker Nielsen, his second of the game. 7:47 to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Bear River, and Raynaud is not happy with his defensive unit.
Yeah, Tucker Nielsen, first goal of the night. Gets another one on the board there. Yeah, Raynaud back there a little frustrated with that defense, leaving, not really crashing as much as we like to see when they get close in there, creating pretty open views and open looks for this Bear River team to find the back of the net. Raynaud has having a rough time back there tonight against 7 goals allowed in this one. Coming in on this year with that, with a 5.73 save percentage, only 9.7 goals allowed. So we'll see how he might be able to turn this around.
Yeah, and especially as a goaltender of that caliber, you got an over 500 save percentage and a sub 10 goals against average. It is about as close to 10 as you can get. Timeout called by Bear River on the near side of the field, which gives us a little bit more time to talk about this, Jacob. As a goaltender, you've really got to captain that defense and point them around. If they're out of position, you got to let them know.
Exactly, and like I've said it a few times for a couple of goals we've already seen from Bear River, but Jordan is not crashing in on that inside that we need from them to be able to stop those shots. They're letting 2 open lanes, open looks for this Bear River team, and they've got a lot of speed and a lot of power and the agility like we were seeing earlier from some of the attackers. They were able to get in and out of the players, and there's got to be someone behind them to step up and try to minimize that lane and that look for Bear River. That's just not what we're seeing. So, yeah, he is duly right to be frustrated because obviously those looks are too open, something you cannot have in a playoff game like this.
7-goal lead now for Bear River, and something to keep an eye on. Just joining the defensive huddle was number 7, the sophomore goalie, Chris Merrick. Usually they've got the senior Tyler Owen in there with a 720 save percentage, only 5 goals against per game. That's one of the biggest reasons Bear River came away with that number 3 seed, and if not for Westfield being in Region 11 this year, the Bears would have been the clear winner. It's that 7-goal lead in the playoffs against a team that's only registered, I think, maybe 1 or 2 shots on goal. Why not put the sophomore in there?
Exactly, and we saw that earlier with other sports as well. We see it in everything, and I agree. You know, like we were saying, Tyler Owen, that senior goalkeeper, only 5 goals allowed, like you said, Stockton. Big wall back there, big piece of the success of this team as well. Obviously, defense wins championships, so why not bring in the younger guys, get them some experience in a playoff scenario like this. They are starting to get some shots closer to the goal we're seeing from Jordan, so he might have some opportunities to make some saves, and it'll be a good experience for him if he does get in.
Taking a look at the stats for the sophomore goalie, and also a big shout out to Bear River. They do a great job of keeping track of their stats, which I really appreciate. You don't always get that at this level. But Merrick only played 48 minutes this season. He's allowed 18 goals, made 12 saves for a .400 save percentage and an 18 goals against average. But again, a really small sample size there. Why not let him bring those numbers down, especially in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it might be a little early in this one to get him in, as we do see Tyler Owen heading back out there right now. But I do agree with you, Stockton. Let him get in there, pass some of that set, and really just get experience, you know?
We'll see who comes out after halftime,
Exactly.
I suppose, if Bear River can really ramp this up. 7:37 to play in the second quarter, and we're back underway. Van Tassel fakes left and sprints down to the near post, pass into the middle. Oh, in and out of the stick of Ty Hess, who would have had the easiest shot of the game so far.
And that's probably a little bit, as well as we're seeing from Rayan back there, a little bit of frustration. That was a very, very open look by him.
Raynaud playing pass along the near side. They ladder it up the wall now. Running away with it and making the pass across midfield is the long sticks of Jordan. Pass to the far side. Parchment almost had a nasty bottom left corner goal, but it misses that near post by a matter of inches, and it'll stay with Jordan. Brought back out by Ryan McDonald. Up the near side. Further, Micah Love across the top of the box. Now Shogard. Back to Love at the point. 6 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's still 7-0 Bear River. A 2-piece for Tucker Nielsen, a 2-piece for Van Tassel. Help from Wilkinson, Hess, Brown, and Bear River's been rolling through this one. Sticks getting tangled up there, and a great wrap check on Micah Love. Frees the ball up, but it stays in the box for Jordan. Croquet shot goes over the crossbar.
Yeah, a little high there. At least they did get a shot off and are able to retain possession here.
Pass off the head of his stick. Really good pressure from Emmett Christensen. He gets held up. No flag being flown, but Christensen kicks it out and scoops it up. Nice pass to Owen in the crease.
Yeah, it looks like those sticks just got tangled there, Stockton, and yeah, just an unfortunate break there. Another turnover for Jordan.
Owen, crisp pass to the top of the defensive zone. Nice cutback from Reeder, and Wyatt Reeder's going to get across the 50 without any problems. Halfway through the second quarter, 5:55 now to go. To the near side, Van Tassel. He's going to sprint his way back around goal, looking for that far post. Instead, passes it up the wall for Carson Brown. 5:45 to play in the second. Bear River commanding this entire half so far, Jacob, and looking to add to that total. Spinning back to the near side, Carson Brown. Nice pass up top. Cash Avery. Yucky. Off the far post and tucks its way in that left side of the goal. 8-0 Bears with 5.5 to play in the first half.
Locked and loaded on that one and let it rip right in that left corner. That left corner of the net. Just gets right under the stick there, Rayhand. And once again, Bear River, another one added. 8-0 here.
Avery's got his first of the evening. Bear River's commanding lead here on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by Spike Power Sports. Spike Polaris Honda is your local dealer for all the fun stuff. Razors, four-wheelers, new and used. They service them too. Find more at gspike.com. Short pass is a little bit behind the intended receiver. Good stick work from the long stick unit of Jordan to get that thing back. Now pass to the mid for Owen Francis. He can't scoop it cleanly. Finally gets it on the far side and enters the box for Jordan. 5:05 to play in the second quarter. Jordan looking for their really first shot on frame of the quarter still. Closest they got was Parchment's shot that just missed that near post, and another turnover generated by Emmett Christensen. Bear River's defense has been physical and dominant so far in this one. Pass down right on the post. Oh, what a fake. Got Raynaud guessing, and Preston Wilkinson has his second.
Yeah, that was a beautiful move there. A little fake into that bottom right corner. Bounces it right under the stick there. Rand again. And I feel like we just said it again, Stockton, but another one on the board here for Bear River. 9-0 with still 4:45 left to play.
You know, and I wonder if they told the Bears, if you get up by double digits, we'll put Merrick in the game for the second half, and they're not wasting time.
They're on track for that right there. And again, the experience that he will get in a playoff game and putting in some younger guys as well to get some experience that may not see the field that much will be huge for Bear River looking ahead into next season. But they still have this whole game and another game if they continue with this lead to play left in the season.
9-0 Bears thanks to Preston Wilkinson's second. 4:45 remaining in the quarter, and we've got a whistle on Bear River on the face-off. Loose ball push. It'll go to Jordan. Cutting back to the near side, looking for attackers. Just barely inside the box now, forced out a couple good attempts from Lincoln White. But now the ball ends up way behind net. Pass to the near side. Isaac Calms takes it in, and Calms further up the wall for Dash May. May back to the top of the box with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the second. Finds a long stick joining the attack. Now off to the far side for Parchment. Eric Parchment looking for options. Slowly jogging his way back up to the top of the box, now just outside of it. Blaine Williams this time. Williams takes a huge bump, loses the ball on the turf. Just textbook defense from Wyatt Reeder.
And that's the textbook defense we'll be seeing all night here from Bear River as well.
Pass over to Christensen just across the 50. Christensen fakes, cuts into the box, now passes down low to Van Tassel just off the outside of the stick. Van Tassel will run it down and keep it in play. Nice sweep, gets around the defender, stick check, frees the ball up, but Van Tassel positions himself well, and Preston Wilkinson gets the ball. Over to Cash Avery, top of the box. Avery absorbs the pressure and immediately cuts off to the right side. Back behind the net for Van Tassel, 3:15 to play in the second. Across the end zone, Carson Brown lets the pressure come in, now cuts back in towards goal, and Carson Brown scores his second. Bear River doing a great job of allowing the defenders to come out to them and just burning them as soon as they get too close.
Exactly. Crashing in the middle is the alternative to that one as well, Stockton. The lanes are too open for them just to use their speed and agility and get around this team and just get a rocket on goal. But as well on the other side of the field as well, that big hit we saw down there by Bear River to get the ball, to run on the offensive end to get down to the other side. Still textbook all around from Bear River with staying with the play, retaining possession of the ball, even with the strong defense we have been seeing from Jordan as well.
10-0 lead for Bear River. 3:06 remaining in the second quarter as the sun has finally started to come out more consistently here. It's been a low-hanging, overcast day. It looks like we might get some sun in the back half of this one. Over to the far side, moving around Carson Brown, the recent goal scorer, finding his second. 2:50 to go in the half, and Brown ends up behind the net on the far side. Looking for the screen. Van Tassel switches with him. Now Carson Brown to the near side. Nice pass right on the doorstep, and it's another goal for Preston Wilkinson. Throw the hats. Count them up. 1, 2, 3. 11-0 Bears with 2:39 to play in the second.
Preston Wilkinson with his third goal. Like you said, a hat trick, Stockton, but also third goal in this quarter. Didn't score any in the first, so already has 3 under his belt in this quarter. And this game went from bad to ugly, Stockton, and at this point, and it looks like we will have
not even halftime yet, and Chris Merrick is coming on the field. It's 11-0 Bear River, 2:39 to go in the second quarter. And you know what? Tyler Owen probably just doesn't want to sit around and squint into the sun for the next hour.
That's probably true as well, but Chris Merrick, give him some experience back there. But honestly, he hasn't had a single shot on goal from this Jordan team all quarter, so he may not even get any action back there either.
Let's see what the Beat Diggers can do with this possession. Lollipop pass across the top of the box, taken in by Owen Francis. Francis listed as a defensive midi. That ball pops out on him. Now he works down the far side. Francis under pressure just outside the box. Pass to the point, intercepted beautifully by Christensen using all 6 feet of that long stick. 2:05 to play in the quarter. Christensen into the box and a timeout called by Bear River. All Bears all afternoon. They lead by 11 with 2:05 to go in the first half. You're listening to Region 11 Lacrosse in the playoffs on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by Hanson Motors, proud to be the only locally owned Chevy, GMC, and Cadillac dealer in Box Elder County. 3-time gold winner for new auto dealer in Best of Northern Utah contest. Check them out at Hanson Motors. Jacob, what are you seeing out there for Jordan? Is there really anything they can do, or are they just as lost as they look?
I think they're as lost as they look, Stockton. I'm trying to stay positive for them on their side, but it's really hard to watch this game right now for them. Not a single shot on goal we've seen from them. It's 11-0 with 2:05 left to play in the second quarter, and the backups are now going in now for Bear Lake. It's really hard to watch, but I think the biggest thing is the physicality and the size difference. We're seeing the agility, and we're seeing that size from Bear River on those hits to get the balls free, on the agility to get around the defenders and find an open look to the goal. Those are just some of the things that we're seeing from that Bear River side that honestly Jordan really just can't compete with. They need to find a way to get around that, if anything, but right now they just don't have the size or the agility to compete on this level.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think they made Tyler Owen make one save early in the first quarter, but you're right. Since then, nothing on goal. The closest they got was the Parchment shot that misses the near side post by a couple inches. And really, to me, I think the solution is simple. 42 goals and 11 assists for Eric Parchment. Just get him the ball. He's touched the ball 3 or 4 times this first half. Why is your leading scorer not running the offense?
I agree 100%. And looking at that, I haven't really watched it yet, but we'll see kind of if he's as involved in the play, if he's trying to get the ball, if he's staying with it and using his speed. Like you said, Stockton, the leading scorer for them, he had that really good shot that missed just left. It was a hard shot on goal, just missed a little left as well. So I'll keep an eye on that. We'll watch that throughout the rest of this quarter and see kind of what the key is. Why is he not as involved as he has been throughout the season?
Again, some score updates from around the bracket here in the 4A playoffs. Westfield dominant 21-0 win over Mountain View. Skyview won 17-5 over Dixie, so the winner of this game will play the Bobcats. If Bear River wins, and it looks like they will, this game will be here in Garland on Saturday afternoon. Green Canyon playing down at Payson, should be just after halftime down there, looking for a score update. Judge knocked out the Ridgeline Riverhawks 14-3 earlier. They'll host the winner of that Payson Green Canyon game. And then Mountain Crest, the 12 seed, big upset over the number 5 Waterford squad, 11-9 down in Sandy. And the Mustangs move on to the quarterfinals. Pretty surprising there based on some of the games that we saw them play in Region 11 to take down a private squad like Waterford. That's a great game for the Mustangs. Minute 40 remaining now in the second quarter. First half of action has seen 11 goals for Bear River, 8 of them in this quarter alone. Now it's Van Tassel behind the net over to the far side. Wilkinson, up top Avery. 90 seconds left in the half. I think for Bear River, solid game plan would be just walk this clock all the way down. Avery picks up some pressure, nothing doing, and the pressure backs off on its own. Down the near side hash marks. Finds the pass for Wilkinson, gets it right back. Avery looking for an awkward shot. Now cuts back in. Better angle off the crossbar. Had the stick of Raynaud beat by half a second. It'll stay with Bear River.
Yeah, Raynaud got a stick on that there. Great for him. Just a rocket of a left-handed shot.
That's Brown quickly to the far post. He passes up for Avery. Avery down to the near side for Van Tassel. Wilkinson again behind net this time. Under a minute to play. 55 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Pass into the middle, deflected stick means that thing bounces away, but it's kept by Bear River. Now Avery on the far side, shot deflected down right in front of the goal line. And a great save by Raynaud right with probably a horse's hair to go. 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter of action down that far side. Jordan finally breaks through. Into the box, they barely get a foot in. They're forced to back out immediately. That pressure from Bear River is pushed all the way out 30 yards from goal, Jacob.
Yeah, they're keeping that pressure active right now, not letting anything happen on that inside.
Along the point. Bad pass again, scooped up. And in transition, it's Wyatt Reeder again. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Reeder to the doorstep. Reeder shot. Stick save, Raynaud. Another interception at midfield by the Bears will take us to halftime, Jacob, as we get ready to gear up for our Golden Spike Electric halftime show. It's been just all Bear River today. No sense of hope for Jordan right now.
It has been all Bear River. We haven't seen any signs of life for the Jordan side, and I want to stay completely positive for them, but right now, there's not much really coming from their side that we can really talk about during our halftime right now. And as for Bear River, this is exactly what they needed to do. Come in, stomp on the competition, get a great lead early, and try to get some experience for the younger guys. We'll see how they do that in the second half.
5-6 minute break coming here from Garland, Utah. When we come back, it's time for the Golden Spike Electric halftime show. Don't let Mother Nature spoil your night. Get a Generac backup generator installed today. Call Golden Spike Electric at 435-257-3016. Also brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher here with you from Garland this afternoon. Working our way into the evening, and it's an 11-goal lead for the Bears as we go to halftime.
My kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castelite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castelite.com.
The thing some stores call customer service.
Hello?
Over here.
Oh, I need a little help finding some tools.
Tools on aisle 50.
With Greer's Do It Best hardware, you won't feel lost in our store. We'll walk you to the item you need and provide expert advice. Greer's Do It Best hardware.
Central Milling, Gilt Edge Flour, and Wheatland Seed are local companies who produce high-quality organic flour for home and commercial kitchens. Rest assured, when you purchase one of their products, you'll get the very best. Central Milling in Logan, Wheatland Seed in Collinston, Gilt Edge Flour in Richmond.
It's a new year. Time for new K&N Automotive reminds you to stay consistent with your car maintenance in 2025. Regular oil changes, tire checks, and inspections can save you time and money. Start the year off right. Schedule your maintenance with K&N Automotive today.
Do you know who to call when you need your electrical system service? Gem Electric in Tremonton can get you taken care of. That's John Miller at Gem Electric. Call Gem Electric today at 257-7113. You'll find their service and expertise is shocking.
If you enjoyed a delicious bowl of cereal this morning, chances are it was produced by Post Consumer Brands cereals right here in Tremonton. Post is involved in every aspect of the community. If you like high-quality, value-priced cereal, Post Consumer Brands has all your favorites because they are true to their roots.
Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
At the Levitt Group of Northern Utah, we treat you like a person, not just a policy. Call us today at 695-2300. 695-2300.
Mike Knorr Plumbing serves Tree and beyond. Mike Knorr Plumbing brings expertise and reliability to every job. Call the pros with almost half a century of experience. A Best of Northern Utah and Reader's Choice winner, Mike Knorr Plumbing. Online at MikeKnorrPlumbing.com.
Feel that cold air? Snowmobiling season's here. Tackle those snowy trails on a brand new Skidoo from Frank May's Skidoo in Honeyville. Frank May's Skidoo's got the perfect ride for you. Online at frankmayskidoo.com. A 4-time Best of Northern Utah gold medalist.
Kent's Market in Tremonton has all your grocery needs, but did you know they have an amazing sporting goods section with scopes, bullets, hunting licenses, and more? Kent's in Tremonton is your local drop-off for dry cleaning. Kent's Market in Tremonton, more than a grocery store.
Golden Spike Electric is your local source for Generac sales and service. Act now and for a short time, take advantage of Generac's free 7-year warranty. Online at gsegenerators.com or call 257-3016.
For over 25 years, Bob's Body Shop has been the Bear River Valley's leader in auto body repair, windshield replacement, and auto detailing. They are a preferred insurance repair shop. Their employees are consistently trained on all the new repair methods. Call Bob's Body Shop today at 257-7825.
From what's happening in Locals to breaking news to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
Say goodbye to frozen feet and hello to warm toes. CNR Trailer Sales RPM Snowmobile Trailer features heated floors, the only one in the industry. Learn more at CNR Trailer Sales, 435-246-3048. Online at crtrl.com.
We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Plan ahead.
Joan and Josh Rudd of Rudd Funeral Home will pay attention to the details to make your service a great one. Online at ruddfuneralhome.com.
It's time for cold weather fun. Golden Spike Power Sports in Tremonton carries Polaris snow machines to get you in and out of the backcountry. Golden Spike Polaris has a snowmobile you'll love with all models available. Golden Spike Power Sports, Tremonton. Online at gspike.com.
Wonder why Riverside Corner Sinclair on Valley View Highway is so darn busy? It's because they serve up the best hot made-to-order breakfast, lunch, and dinners around, and it just gets better and better. Make sure to stop and fill up your car and yourself at Riverside Corner Sinclair.
Hanson Motor Company, we're your friends and your neighbors.
We grew up here. At Hanson Motors, you're not just a customer, you're family. We're here for the long haul because we're in this together. Hanson Motors, local, loyal, and proud to serve our community.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Welcome back into Garland, Utah here at Bear River High School. The Bears leading 11-0 over the 19-seeded Jordan Beat Diggers. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher here with you from Bear River High on behalf of 104.9 The Ranch and Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports. Jacob, as we get into our Golden Spike Electric halftime show, what are you looking for out of these Bears? Just a dominant offensive second quarter especially, and they've got all the momentum right now.
Yeah, like you said, Stockton, just a dominant performance we've seen from them. It has been all Bear River with zero exaggeration to that this entire game. 11-0 here at the half, and defense, they'd go up, big hit, get the ball, intercept the pass. The defense has been on fire for them, as on the offensive end, same thing, finding that space, trying to draw out the Jordan defenders out there, and then weaving right in around, using their agility and their size to just get by them and find an open lane to the goal. I just want to continue seeing that from them. If they do decide to put in some of the younger guys, I want to see that as well from them as well. This is a great opportunity for them to get experience. Like you said, Stockton, Chris Merrick looks like behind the net as he's warming up out there right now on the right side of the field. So we'll probably see a little bit of him in the second half. I'm excited to see him and what he might have in store if there's any shots come his way. Because like we were saying, that second period, Stockton, not a single shot on goal we saw from Jordan. Again, it has been a Bear River story, and if you're Jordan right now, your only hope is to turn everything around and try to steer that bus back towards the winning side.
Now, I do believe that Jordan has only registered one shot on goal, not for lack of trying, but more because of the active sticks at the top of the defensive zone for Bear River. Emmett Christensen, Gunnar Shelton, Wyatt Reeder all getting in there, generating those turnovers for the Bear River defense. And for Bear River, do you even have a discussion at halftime, or you just go in there and listen to music for 10 minutes?
I wouldn't doubt if there was some music listened to and some chilled out, but as for Bear River, they know this is playoffs. They have a solid, comfortable lead right now. I don't want to jinx it and say this game's over, but from what we're seeing so far, Stockton, it is going to be a very high mountain to climb for Jordan if they want to try to get back in this one.
We've got a score update in the third quarter. The Payson Lions leading Green Canyon 11-7. The winner of that game will go and face Judge Memorial on Saturday. The winner of this one is going to play Skyview. Now, Bear River will host the Bobcats if that is the case. Jordan will go to Smithfield if they somehow manage to scrap one together here in the second half. other Region 11 teams. Westfield, a 21-0 win over 17th ranked Mountain View. They'll play either number 9 Juan Diego or number 8 Canyon View on Saturday. Mountain Crest, huge upset, the 12 over the 5 down at Waterford, 11-9 in favor of the Mustangs. They head to Snow Canyon Saturday. And, of course, we'll have one more inter-region, Region 11 matchup if Bear River can pull this one out. All of the first face-off times currently on the bracket listed at 1 p.m., but those are subject to change. The time of this game actually got changed at some point yesterday from 4 p.m. to 6:30. Just depends on scheduling at the schools. Obviously, Saturday makes travel a little easier, but especially for those long-distance bus rides, might see some of those games go later and later. Face-off win for Bear River as we conclude our Golden Spike Electric halftime show and enter the third quarter. Bear River's right back on the attack to start out this second half. Van Tassel, pass across the crease, finds Wilkinson, drops it one more time for Brown, and the pressure for the Jordan defense does collapse and force that ball away from the net. Region 11 Lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by the Levitt Group of Northern Utah. They treat you like a person, not just a policy. Learn more by calling 695-2300. Long shot from that far side from Van Tassel goes off the far post. It'll stay with Bear River. Good hustle from Lincoln White to get back to the back of the end zone. 45 seconds down now in the third quarter of action, 11:15 to play. Carson Brown fakes behind net, now cuts back to the near post, off the post again. Van Tassel the rebound, pass into the middle, was looking, I believe, for Hess, and Hess got bumped by two different Jordan defenders. Ball is swept out to the far side just in front of the 50 and scooped up by the Jordan Longsticks. 10 minutes, 50 seconds remain. Big wrap checks at midfield from Cash Avery. That ball is free, and Bear River's back in possession. A big hit on the back end, though, frees it right up again. We're going to have a cross check coming against Lincoln White with 10:38 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, interesting to see if the official is going to call head contact on that. That was a little high up there on that hit. Probably a little frustration on that.
He did signal to Lincoln White that check rode up, so I believe we're going to see head contact. Nope, did not signal any head contact, so it is releasable. It's a 60-second power play for Jordan. Let's see if they can get a long overdue shot on frame here.
Yeah, this might be the first test for Chris Merrick back there again. Backup goalie now in, so we'll see what he has in store.
Playing catch along the near side, now back behind the net. Dash May, pass back to the point. 20-yard shot, bounces in, just beating the stick on the left side, and the Jordan Beat Diggers finally have a tally on the board.
Yeah, nice skipped ball in there by Jordan. Finally, first shot we've seen on goal since the first period. Gets the by Merrick there. And it's 11-1 now, Stockton.
Goal to number 14, Micah Love. 10:22 to play in the third quarter. And finally, there's not a zero on the board. I think that's probably not going to come back all the way against this Bear River team, but just not getting shut out is a good way to end your season.
And I think that's exactly probably the conversation they had was do whatever you can, get something on the board here.
Look, I mean, obviously nothing's impossible either. It starts with that one goal. Now here goes Jordan the other way again. Owen Francis into the box, pass off to the left side. Shot is faked, then a hit comes in. That ball on the turf. No, it's still inside the stick after a cross check from Wyatt Reeder. The flag is on the turf. Now it's scooped up by Bear River, and we'll have whistles. Reeder will go to the box. Jordan's got another power play opportunity after converting their most recent.
There might have been a little bit of a slip mixed in with that fall there, Stockton. So, again, tough break here for Bear River. Same scenario we already have. And another test here for Chris Merrick. That sun was really bright, though, on that last shot. So I wonder if that had a piece to do with it as well, Stockton. So we'll see how he can bounce back again here.
9:58 on the clock. It's another 60-second power play off a cross check for Jordan. It'll be Micah Love on the far side, just outside the box. And he gets inside, finds Parchment down that far side line. Back to Parchment. Up to the point for Love. To his right. Gavin Nielsen back to Love at the point. Love to the near side. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen back over the stick of Love. This is going to roll towards midfield. Oh, great stick lift and takeaway from Van Tassel at the 50 while staying onside. Now pass to the middle is knocked down with one hand by Carson Brown. He does get back to it. 9:25 to play in the third. Bear River impressive once again. Couple spins from Brown at that far post. Now he cuts behind the net, looking to the near post. Forced away, finds Avery on the near side of the box. 9:10 remaining. And the Bears are going to be released from the penalty area. Back to even strength. Bear River spinning. Cash Avery on the near side. Forced away from the hash marks. Now down low, Van Tassel. Van Tassel, jab step towards the near post, just across the face of goal. Pushes it wide right by a couple feet. 8:47 on the clock in the third.
Yeah, great shot there. Great idea. Tried to skim that one low. And that one didn't miss as far as we probably thought. Stockton looking from here. It was right off the edge there.
Brown back behind the net to the near side. Switches sides, Van Tassel. Now to the far hash marks, was looking for Wilkinson just off target. That's the first really poor pass we've seen from Bear River all day.
Complacency, something they do not want to be in right now as well.
Van Tassel, Avery, jump shot over the right shoulder, and a goal into the bottom left corner. Cash Avery has his second of the evening. It's 12-1 Bears with 8:25 to play in the third quarter.
Cash Avery coming up again. Like you said, Stockton's second goal. It was only a matter of time before Bear Lake found that groove again, giving up that first goal earlier here in the third quarter. But we still see that agility and that speed from them. We know it's still there, and finds that back of the net not too long into this one.
12-1 Bears, 8:25 to play in the third quarter. Region 11 playoff lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by K&N Automotive. When you need reliable repairs, visit K&N in Tremonton for fast quality service. Another face-off win for Max Anderson, and he gets into the zone for Bear River. Possession established now to the near side, Carson Brown. And we'll get our substitutions. Brown fakes towards the middle, back behind net. Nice dump off for Van Tassel at the near post, and his shot is off the shin of Raynaud.
Jordan's doing a really great job this half, Stockton. At least better than what we've seen of crashing those insides, not giving Bear River any easy shots close to that goal.
Brown again from behind the net, towards the near side. Tried to get that pass to the middle of the box, and it's intercepted by the Jordan defense. Now a bad pass to Raynaud. Just barely gets under the stick of Van Tassel in pressure. Raynaud runs away from it, makes a pass, knocked down by the long stick. Big hit, frees that ball up in front of midfield, and Bear River keeps it on their half. 7:35 to play in the third. Wilkinson across the top to the near side, Avery. Avery spins away from pressure, left-handed shot, just wide right.
Just wide right there, Stockton. Missing a little wide right here on that near side we've been seeing from them. But we know that Rayons can get that stick on those balls. So we'll see how Bear River can adjust.
Near side, long shot, bounces, stick save, Raynaud goes over his head, rebound, pass, goal. Tough break there for Raynaud. Made a great save, took an awkward bounce over his shoulder, and he couldn't get back to it before Van Tassel. Van Tassel took a bump as he made the pass into Ty Hess, but Hess puts his name back on the score sheet for his second. We've got so many multiple goal scorers tonight for Bear River. It's been that kind of an offensive night. 13-1 with 7:14 to go in the third.
Just a tough break there for Rand. Got a stick on that, knocked it free, lost the ball, rebound there, pass up the middle, nobody even in front of the goal, and that was just a bounce right in. Again, just another tough break for him there. He's been pretty solid for the ones that he has a chance on, but those rockets we've been seeing from Bear Lake, he's just kind of had no chance of stopping this before they get into the back of the net.
Down the far side again, Bear River back in possession after yet another Anderson face-off win. 7 minutes remain in the third quarter. A lot of attention in the bleachers, I'm not going to lie, has turned away from the game. This one seems like a foregone conclusion for just about everyone here in Garland. Us, though, we're locked in. 6:50 to go in the third.
Locked in for sure, Stockton.
Avery down to the goal line. Picked up by Nielsen. Nielsen across for Hess. Hess had to do a little extra work to keep that thing in the cradle. Now goes behind the net. Carson Brown. Brown out to the near side. Along the goal line towards the near post. His shot blocked at the last second. I think that was off the body of Max Long.
Yeah, drawed him out there. Tried to beat pass with the agility. Just got a stick on that. Jordan did. And now Bear River retained.
Fortuitous bounce gets into Parchment, but Parchment takes a bump immediately and loses the ball. Scooped up initially by Shelton. Still batting it around on that far side. Another recovery, and up the field goes Jens Povey. Across midfield, Daxton Bingham now defensive midi is on the attack. For now, he's going to sub off though. Nielsen behind the net. 5:45 to play. Just over halfway through the third quarter here in Garland, Utah. Region 11 Lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by CNR Trailer Sales. Nielsen pass into the middle for Avery. Deflected and recovered for Raynaud. Whether you need a trailer for your family or your stock, CNR Trailer Sales in Elwood has what you need. Find them online at crtrl.com. Now down the far side, Jordan establishes possession with a foot, and we're going to have a flag fly against Nielsen. I think this might be for spearing. Got the head of his stick into the body there. Jordan with a delayed penalty behind net. Looking for a passing option. Mason Dayton under pressure. Now goes far side for Parchment. Spins away from pressure, ends up behind the net. Back toward that far post. Beautiful stick save from Chris Merrick, the sophomore. And now we will assess the penalty on Nielsen. They're going to say a slash to the head or neck area. This will be unreleasable. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. So the official call is a slash to the head, minute unreleasable.
Not sure how long it's going to be. The official just kind of vocalizing
60 seconds.
It.
It's
60? Okay.
So it's incidental head contact because the slash brushed up into the head or neck area. It wasn't initiated there. So it is unreleasable, but it's only going to be 60 seconds. If the contact's initiated at the head, it's a 2-minute penalty. Up top, Micah Love. Across the top of the box to the near side. Gets it right back. 20 yards from goal, given a little bit of space. 4.5 to go in the third. Good passing down that far side. Ends up with Parchment. Better defense. Povey all over him. Ball pops out on an awkward pass. Scooped up by Christensen, and the Bears go the other way with 4:20 to play in the third. Christensen, 4-on-3. Looks to his right. Wilkinson crashes. Bounces wide.
Missed just right on that shot. Had a very good look. One-on-one there with Rand. And bounced that just right. But oh my goodness. Coast to coast.
Still shorthanded. Bears on the attack. Avery, near side. Across the top of the box, just over the stick of Wilkinson, but he knocks it down and he'll be able to run it down. Wilkinson released from the box. 3:45 to go in the third. Bears back to even strength. Across the top of the box, Lincoln White back to his right for Cash Avery. 3.5 to play in the third. Avery down to the goal line. Wilkinson looking for a pass. Back to Avery along that far side. Avery now in between the hash marks. Walking it down to the far post. Pass into the middle, knocked down, and Hess's shot is saved. Raynaud makes the pass, taken in cleanly. And it rolls out. Bad pass will go to Bear River. 2:54 to play. Pass to midfield. High pass taken in by Lincoln White with a little bit of hand-eye coordination. Avery far side of the box. Looking to his left, has Nielsen there. Couple bumps. Avery will take it down himself. Shot from Avery just over the crossbar. He was trying to pick the top right corner. Couldn't get it down.
Yeah, he was. He can shoot over the heads of these players too as well. That size difference. He can get that stick up above the defenders, and then it's basically just one-on-one with Rand.
Almost onto the doorstep for Wilkinson. His stick got tangled up as that pass came in, but it's recovered on the near side by Carson Brown. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. 12-goal lead for the Bears. We've got a running clock now for the rest of this one. Brown rips one just wide left.
high and wide left Stockton there as Bear River, those shots not really hitting dead on that goal like we've been seeing throughout the game.
Now to the far side. Deflected pass. Couple bounces. It's not going to have the legs to get back to midfield. Easy recovery for Lincoln White. White into the box on the far side. Minute 40 remaining in the third. Nice spin move from Lincoln White. Pass into the middle. Wilkinson tucks it in bottom left. Preston Wilkinson has 4 now tonight for the Bears. It's 14-1 Bear River.
Third goal of the quarter now for Bear River. On track, just like the first half as well. They got 3 goals in that first half, so following the trend. We'll see how they do in this fourth, but once again, Bear River coming out strong on defense. Jordan, though, their defense as well is starting to kind of turn up a little bit. Stockton making some pretty big saves, crashing down low, getting some loose balls as well.
They've definitely adjusted to what they're seeing. Unfortunately, it is more than likely too little too late because we do have a running clock with almost a minute to go in the third quarter. Face-off win again for Anderson, scooped up on the near side by Jackson Julander. Pass across the 50 from, I believe that was Gunnar Shelton. He just kind of short-armed it and it goes high, but it's scooped up on the far side by Van Tassel. Sprints around the net. Pass off to Wilkinson. That's Carson Brown. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Brown working off some time behind the net. Now crashes to the near post. Pass across. Behind the back shot. What a save. Scooped up on the rebound by Hess. Up the line on the far side. Wilkinson goes again. Stick save Raynon with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Yeah, shot on goal there. Just tipped off by Raynon. Once again, another big save. That was a rocket as well we saw on that attack by Bear River.
Up the near side. Pass in for Brown. Brown shakes a little bit, but ends up with Avery. Now Avery to the far post. Almost connects with Wilkinson, but great defensive pressure. Gets the stick tangled up, and that's how we'll end the third quarter. 14-1 Bear River. Jordan finally gets their goal in this one to open up the third quarter. Micah Love with the tally, but then 3 more from Bear River quickly. And it's all Bears as we head to the fourth quarter. Running clock coming for you in the rest of this one. 104.9 The Ranch. Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and your video experience if you're streaming along with us, powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher will be right back with you in a couple minutes' time for the start of quarter number 4.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
The thing some stores call customer service.
Hello?
Over here.
Oh, I need a little help finding some tools.
Tools on aisle 50.
With Greer's Do It Best hardware, you won't feel lost in our store. We'll walk you to the item you need and provide expert advice. Greer's Do It Best hardware.
Central Milling, Gilt Edge Flour, and Wheatland Seed are local companies who produce high-quality organic flour for home and commercial kitchens. Rest assured, when you purchase one of their products, you'll get the very best. Central Milling in Logan, Wheatland Seed in Collinston, Gilt Edge Flour in Richmond.
It's a new year, time for new habits. K&N Automotive reminds you to stay consistent with your car maintenance in 2025. Regular oil changes, tire checks, and inspections can save you time and money. Start the year off right. Schedule your maintenance with K&N Automotive today.
Realistically, this one's probably just about over. 12 minutes left, and it's 14-1 Bear River in the second round of the 4A UHSAA Lacrosse Playoffs. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher here with you on 104.9 The Ranch. The Bears are going to be hosting Skyview on Saturday afternoon if all holds as it is. Jordan, though, quickly into the attacking zone. Pass for Parchment, and he just cannot scoop it up cleanly. He would have had the shot. Could he have come away with the ball, but instead Christensen's going to break out of the zone. It's been that kind of day for Eric Parchment and company. Down the far side, Christensen absorbs a wrap check, keeps the ball, makes the pass to the near side, and Van Tassel will get the offense going. 30 seconds down in the fourth quarter, and we've got a running clock with the sizable lead for Bear River. On to join the attack, Lincoln White, and now they'll put Jace Gardner on as well, a sophomore midfielder. Younger names, younger bodies coming out for Bear River as they, again, have commanded this game from start to finish. Wire to wire, they've led this one. Took them 51 seconds to find an opener. Now we've got another Bear River goal. This time it's Lincoln White. Becomes yet another goal scorer this evening for Bear River. And with 10:54 to play and running, it's 15-1 Bears.
Like you said, Stockton, 51 seconds in that third period. Only 57 here in this one. 11:03 is the goal time as we're going to have a timeout. Looks like it was taken by Bear River.
So they will stop the clock for the timeout at 10:50. Young names again in this game. Notably, Chris Merrick, the goalie, the sophomore goalie, was put between the posts with 2:39 to go in the second. Bear River was already up, I believe, 10-0, 11-0 at that point. It was Wilkinson's third that kind of sealed the deal for Merrick to get into this game, and he's played just over a half if he stays in for the rest of this one.
Yeah, just over a half. Had that man advantage we saw from Jordan, and a pretty open look right on him, an absolute rocket there. We saw from Michael Love on that Jordan side. Merrick let that one slip by, but then he came with two big saves after that, also with a man deficit as well. So doing great between the pipes here, and this one with still a quarter left to play. Again, running clock, Stockton, so not sure how much action he will get on his side, but as for now, Bear River already 53 seconds, first goal in. That is just about the same time it took in the second period. 11:08 was in that second period, so we might be on track for a pretty similar period if they can keep the pressure on.
10:50 remaining in this one. Again, it's a 14-goal lead for Bear River because that leads in double digits in our final quarter of action. It's going to be a running clock. Only reason it stopped right now is because a timeout was called fresh off of that goal from Lincoln White. 4 goals tonight for number 16, Preston Wilkinson. The leading scorer for this team has just continued to tear it up. His point total now on the season up above 60. 44 goals for the sophomore. He's got 2 more years to tear Region 11 apart.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Up over 60 points now on the season. Still 2 more years to go.
Scooped up between the legs by Jackson Julander, but a whistle is going to be called there. I'm not sure what the call is. It goes to Jordan.
Looks like the official indicated like a hold, but not sure.
Oh, there must have been a stick hold there on Bear River. Someone got tangled up.
And that's the second in a row that we've seen that one get called back from Bear River over to this Jordan side by the officials.
Near side of the box. Beat Diggers trying to get something going here. Again, had that goal to open up the third quarter, and that's their only tally of the game. Down the near side. Now cutting back towards the middle. Really good pressure up top from Bingham. Forces a bad pass along the top of the box. It's going to roll towards the Jordan bench. Kept alive for now. Nice croquet pass, but not taken in cleanly. Another turnover against the Jordan Beat Diggers, and it's mostly because they just don't know how to scoop that ball up cleanly, Jacob.
We're talking about that since the start of this game. That has been that first sign of struggle we saw from them, not able to scoop that cleanly off the ground and come away with those turnovers they are able to produce and loose balls that they have getting lost.
9.5 to play. Clock continuing to run as Cash Avery has it on the near side of the attacking zone. Avery given space at the 25, 20 yards from goal. Over to his left. White down the line for Brown. Back behind Van Tassel. Van Tassel looking for options. Slow trot over to the far post. Now finds Brown. Awkward angle shot. that hit iron. I heard it from up here. It'll stay with Bear River.
Yeah, interesting shot choice for him as well.
I think it was stick of Raynaud into the post.
Yeah, a little bit of stagnant offense we're kind of seeing right now from Bear River, just kind of hanging out in their zone and just passing around, trying to find an open window that they can capitalize on.
Pass over the crossbar back behind Van Tassel now to the near side Wilkinson. Back to Van Tassel. Again, slow trot to the far post. Passes into the middle of the box. Long shot from 15 yards out. Ty Hess just bounces it wide. It'll stay with Van Tassel. 8.5 to play. Carson Brown, far side. Fakes a shot. Goes up top. Hess to the near side. Cash Avery under pressure. Passes back to Hess. Looking for Lincoln White. In and out of the cradle. And it's recovered by Jordan. A rare turnover for the Jordan defense, and they get back across midfield. Wrap check, though, from Lincoln White. Forces the stick out of the hand. It's a yard sale, and Cash Avery's got the ball back.
A big hit there.
Now whistles, and a timeout called by Bear River with 7:56 to play in the fourth. I think this is when they start to put the real young guns in.
That's what I think is going to happen as well, Stockton. Looks like Jordan did take that timeout first.
Yeah, it looks like the freshman number 10, Cooper Cummins, is about to come on as he joins the defensive huddle. A couple younger bodies in the attacking huddle as well. But, hey, 14-goal lead with a running clock and sub-8 to play. Let your freshman play playoff lacrosse.
Yeah, freshman Gavin Miller, number 5, looks also to be in that huddle as well. Wyatt Reeder will stay in as well. So, yeah, a little bit of the young guns getting a little test going here as we still have Chris Merrick behind the right in front of the goal there. So he'll be playing his best as he can into this one. Again, only allowed 1 goal today. A couple big saves as well. I think that was a good called timeout opportunity for them as well. A little bit of pressure they were still getting on that defensive end. But again, a good turnover by Jordan to get the stick on it, but then a huge hit. Yard sale, like you said, Stockton. Not able to hold on to the stick there was Jordan. So Bear River will have the ball with 7:56 left to play. Still up by 14. Again, a running clock here in quarter number 4.
Again, it's been Preston Wilkinson leading the attack for Bear River. 4 goals for the Bears' leading scorer. His point total on the season up to 61 now. Maybe even a little higher with a couple assists, but we don't have the live stats tracker. We just know the goal scorers. For Jordan, unfortunately, it looks like their season's getting ready to come to an end here. Pretty young team. They really only look to be losing Micah Love as a key piece, the senior with 15 points now on the season after his 10th goal of the year. The only one for Jordan today. Other than that, it's a very young roster.
Yeah, only 6 seniors on their squad, so they will have a lot of returners and a lot of time to develop and grow.
Their leading scorer, Parchment, only a junior. He'll be returning as Bear River gets a rebound at the far post off a great save from Raynaud, and then he knocks it down and keeps it for Jordan.
Yeah, Raynaud with that big save. Just tried a little tapper maneuver, I guess you could say, from Bear River.
Great pass for Owen Francis down the right wing. Francis, another senior for Jordan that will be wrapping up his career here at the end of this one. Top of the box now for Dash May. Couple substitutions. Looks like Francis heading off. 7 minutes and 5 seconds now remaining in the fourth quarter here at Bear River High. 15-1 Bears, dominant effort from start to finish, wire-to-wire lead. Took them only 51 seconds to get the score sheet going, and it's been nonstop since then. Near side Parchment, 6:45 to go in this one. I'm sure Parchment would love to get on the score sheet. Again, leading this Jordan offense by a long ways this season. 42 goals, looking for another one that's off the body of a Bear and goes out of the back of the end zone. Clock continuing to run, 6:25 to go. Jordan will have it on the near side, behind the goal line. And you can start to see there's a little deflation coming from some of those Jordan bodies over there.
I don't blame him again, just trying to get to these last 6:10.
Low shot, great save from the sophomore. Chris Merrick follows that one down to the bottom left corner and puts it in the pocket.
Yeah, read that perfectly as well there, Stockton. Great job by him as he walks out pretty far and makes a little low pass there.
Halfway through the fourth now, 5:50 remaining in this contest. Taken in by Jordan just behind the 50. Pass off to the far side. Space created by May, now across midfield. Micah Love under pressure, taking a couple taps. Down for Parchment. Parchment forces his way through two and finally finds the bottom right corner. Eric Parchment makes it 15-2, and the clock continues to run with 5:25 remaining. Parchment gets a little celebration going. I think it was a duel with a teammate. That's pretty cool. I like seeing that, but probably his last one.
Yeah, like you said, Stockton, probably his last one. And, celebrations are cool and all. But, again, this score, I'm not sure if there is a place for that. And it looks like Bear River will take its time kind of getting set. Clock's still running below 5 minutes now. And, again, just a tough bounce there for Chris behind the goal there.
And I want to give a shout-out, too, to Jens Povey, who just gave Parchment a fist bump there and said, good goal. That's what you like to see out of these young men, especially at a game where you know emotions have got to be running higher for Jordan. There's lots of disappointment coming for the seniors and for everyone else just for their season to be over. I'm a big sportsmanship proponent in high school sports, and we see good sportsmanship from Bear River on a regular occasion. Down the near side, Max Anderson drops it off for Van Tassel. He'll wrap behind the net with 4:15 to play. Pass for the trailman Lincoln White. He picks up a double team, passes over to Cash Avery to his right. Avery just outside the hash marks on the near side. 4 minutes to play in Garland. 15-2 Bear River. It's been that way for a couple minutes now. Now over to the far side. Nielsen, final pass to Carson Brown. That shot goes off a body. And we're going to have whistles, a hold called. No flag, but it'll stay with Bear River. 3:40 to play. Van Tassel brings it back in from the far side of the box. Hidden ball trick, gets the shot off. Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. Carson Van Tassel, havoc game. That's a hat trick.
Wow, what a hidden ball trick right there, Stockton. Like you said, that ball looked like it's going to go behind the goal. Fake pass, everybody turns right into the net. An absolute laser by Van Tassel for his hat trick. With still a little over 3 to play. That was pretty to watch, Stockton.
I think that ball went in with 3.5 on the clock, obviously running clock. Still going down towards that 3-minute mark. But Van Tassel, after scoring back-to-back goals at the end of the first and start of the second, finally has his third with now 2:55 to play and a face-off win for the Jordan Beat Diggers. Pass into the zone for Micah Love. Love under pressure. Looks to his right, makes the pass outside the box. Up the line on the far side. Back to Love at the point. Love from just outside the box up top. Right in the middle, now looking for an entry pass, goes to his right. Blaine Williams goes back to Love. 2:20 to play. Love down the near side hash marks, spins back in towards the middle, makes the pass off the stick of Isaac Calms. He would have had a really good opportunity there, but that's Gunnar Shelton, breaks across the 50 for Bear River.
I think that sun had a lot to do with that pass as well, Stockton.
Near side just outside the hash marks, but inside the box, that's Wilkinson. Pass up top for Avery. Less than 2 to play here in Garland. And the Bears looking for an exclamation point. Region 11 playoff lacrosse on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you once again by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports just like tonight's game. Another goal for Bear River. That one, Tucker Nielsen has his third. 3 hat tricks for the Bears. Minute 20 to go. 17-2 is probably going to be our final score, Jacob.
Yeah, 1:18 left to play. Another goal for Bear River. I was kind of expecting them maybe to hold it off, but they kept getting pressure from Jordan, so they had no choice but to find the back of the net again. And we're only going to have 60 seconds left in this one, Stockton. And this game has been a Bear River storyline from start to finish.
Face-off win by Bear River. Now 50 seconds remaining. That ball pops free, whistles. It was still a loose ball, and the official granted Bear River a timeout too early. They're just going to have to play a drop ball right there.
Yeah, that's on me, the official said. So it will stay with Jordan for these final 35 seconds in this one.
30 seconds now remaining, top of the box. Michael Love looks to his right. Wilkinson. There's no clock down on that end of the field either. They don't know how much time they've got left. Love throws an elbow, draws a flag. Tried to get a shot off, got tangled up in the air. That ball pops out, and play is going to be whistled down for the flag, but the clock continuing to run is going to take us at the end of this game.
Yeah, that clock continued running, so that will do it. I'm interested to see what the call might have been. A lot of contacts, but that will do it.
It was Daxton Bingham that was getting the call there, I think, for just an illegal check, maybe a cross-check, but it doesn't matter. 15-goal win for Bear River. They'll host the Skyview Bobcats on Saturday afternoon, heading to the quarterfinal round of the 4A lacrosse playoffs. Now it's time for our post-game show here on 104.9 The Ranch, brought to you by JEM Electric. If you're in need of electrical wiring for new construction or a remodel, call John Miller at JEM Electric, 257-7113. Jacob, many hat tricks, many multiple goal scorers tonight. Lots of good moments to pick from this evening, but just kind of give me your recap of this one.
Yeah, an insane game for Bear River on their side. A lot of big goals, like you said, 3 hat tricks here today. They have been in control since the first whistle to that last whistle. It has been a Bear River dominant performance, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. Like you said, they're going up against Skyview coming up here in a couple of days, so they have a lot more to stay consistent on in this one. Keep that offense strong, keep that physicality, and figure out a way how to get past the Bobcats and finish out this postseason.
We've got a final from down in Payson. The Green Canyon Wolves have been eliminated by the Payson Lions. 14-11 your final score. Payson will head to Judge on Saturday. Mountain Crest, Bear River, Skyview, Westfield, your 4 remaining Region 11 teams. The Mountain Crest Mustangs heading down to Snow Canyon, the number 4 seed on Saturday. Bear River hosting number 6 Skyview here on Saturday, and Westfield will be hosting either number 9 Juan Diego or number 8 Canyon View on Saturday afternoon. That is going to do it for Region 11 spring sports coverage here at Cache Valley Daily for the year. We thank you so much for tuning in with us over the last couple months. It's been a fun ride through the boys volleyball, boys soccer, and boys lacrosse seasons. Keep an eye out for Bear River softball in the next couple days. They'll be playing the championship round of the softball tournament starting, I believe, on Friday. So tomorrow, unfortunately, the Ridgeline Riverhawks were knocked out in the baseball tournament by the Bear River Bears as well. Bear River playing in both the softball and baseball tournaments this weekend. But other than that, Region 11 spring sports just about wrapped up. A couple more rounds left in the soccer and lacrosse tournaments. Jacob, anything you want to say as we sign off for the next couple months? And it looks like we'll be back in exactly 3 months' time, August 15th, for the start of Green Canyon football season.
Yeah, it's been a great year. Thank you, Stockton, for letting me tag along in this new state and getting some good experience here working with calling these games. A lot of new sports have been under my belt with lacrosse, hockey, soccer as well. So it's been a lot of fun. Great team. Bear River, fantastic team. Fantastic game today. A lot to look forward to. And as for Jordan as well, a great season for them as well, getting past into the next round of the playoffs. And shout out to all the seniors who will be graduating this season, and hopefully whatever they do next is something great.
That's going to do it for us for the season. Thank you so much for tuning in on Cache Valley Daily, week in, week out. Again, a big thank you to Adams Wealth Advisors, who have powered your video experience all season long. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit them at adamswealthadvisors.com. And, of course, Cache Valley Daily has the latest news about what's going on in your community, including photo galleries and replays of local sports, just like tonight's contest. For Jacob Pitcher, I'm Stockton Jukes, signing off for the spring. We thank you so much once again for tuning in to Region 11 Spring Sports all year long, and we'll see you again in 3 months for the start of Region 11 football.
This has been a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CashValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports has been brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Watch replays of previous games on CashValleyDaily.com.